Have you ever wondered what the rarest pet in Grow a Garden is? Is it that sneaky raccoon, that vibrant disco bee, or even the new corrupted kitsune? In today's video, besties, we are counting down the top 15 rarest and most powerful pets in Grow a Garden. Some of these pets even the OGest of OG players don't even have. As a disclaimer, this list is only updated as of July 2025 and is subjected to change once more pets come and go. I will also add that I have changed this order of this list countless times, removing and adding pets as updates come and go, and this is what I landed on as the top 15 rarest pets in Grow a Garden. Alrighty, besties, so first I'm going to break down the factors that I included when I was creating this list. Each ranking is based on drop rates, how hard it is to obtain, rarity tier, prismatic, divine, mythical, and legendary typed pets, ability powers, does it mutate fruits, boost XP, steal crops, etc., and availability, so is this pet still obtainable or not. There's also some factors about when it was released, whether it was for a limited release time, special events, or most recently released in the latest updates. Without further ado, besties, let's get into today's ranking. We are starting off with our number 15th rarest pet, which is going to be the red fox. The red fox was released on May 17th, 2025, and it's still currently available as of this month. It is a mythical tier pet and has a 1.5% chance of being obtained through a mythical egg. The ability this pet obtains allowed for it to be on this list in the first place because even for a mythical pet, it has a very strong ability of stealing seeds from other players. This pet is especially helpful for players who may be just starting out, or for those of you who are grinding for events such as the current Corrupt/Zen event that is going on at the moment. Because stealing seeds, besties, is a perfect way to maximize event points, resale rates, and growing more crops in your gardens, of course. With all things considered aside, that is going to be our number 15th rarest pet. In 14th place, besties, we have the queen bee. The queen bee was released on May 31st, 2025 during the honeybee event. It is a divine tiered rank pet and was obtainable through a bee egg with a 1% chance. Now, besties, I know what you're thinking.
Cheers, what are you talking about? The queen bee is super duper rare. Why is it so low on the list?
Well, besties, while I do agree with you, unfortunately, the queen bee has actually been knocked down due to the sheer fact of it still being obtainable, very little usage now due to the pollinated event being finished. But I will say, the ability to reset cooldowns from other pets and it having a 1% chance of being won is what ultimately brought the queen bee into this ranking. This ability alone is also very useful because it helps further boost your pets by refreshing its cooldowns abilities every 23 minutes. So while at one point I would argue that it'd be in the top 5 pets because of the mutations or the event that was going on and for the ability to be able to cool down other pets, unfortunately this was knocked down all the way to 14th place, but still holds a very significant value on our list. Alrighty, besties, moving on to 13th place. In 13th place we have the blood owl. The blood owl was released on May 17th, 2025 during the blood moon event. Unlike all the majority of other pets on this list, this owl was only obtainable through being purchased for 60 million checks, or I also think it might have been available for lunar points, but I don't have any recollection of this and there's no record of it currently out there. However, besties, it was not available through an odds percentage in an egg like any of the other pets on this list. I can already hear the comments now, besties.
The blood owl is a limited pet and it's no longer available. How can it be so low?
Well, besties, while I do agree the blood owl is commonly sought after because of its abilities to give all active pets 0.5 XP per second, it is unfortunately not the most difficult to obtain, nor was it a pet that most players really need, as other rare pets have been added with similar abilities as this one, and some of them even have more XP percentages per second as this one does. This ultimately brings the pet blood owl to 13th place, and if rarer pets emerge, they might actually knock it down a little bit more, unfortunately. As much as I love the blood owl, besties, that is going to be our 13th place pet. In 12th place, we have the fennec fox. The fennec fox was released on June 28th, 2025 during the mega harvest event for a limited time. This pet was obtainable through an oasis and a premium oasis egg at a 0.5% chance. It is a divine tier pet and it's currently unavailable. Now, besties, with this stats, you would automatically assume it would be further up on the list. And while I normally would agree, the ability it possesses is what brings it further down on the list, unfortunately for me. You see, besties, the fennec fox is able to go around to other players' fruits and copy that mutation onto your own crops, which in hindsight seems like a really strong ability. But that being said, the ability isn't as guaranteed as some of these other pets are, and sometimes the pet fails to copy the mutation. This unfortunately lowers its ranking in the tier, but still keeps it afloat on the list because of its abilities. This ultimately puts the fennec fox at number 12 on our list. In 11th place, besties, we have the cooked, or commonly known as the burnt owl. The cooked owl was released for a limited time during the first hour of the 1.1 update in Grow a Garden. Again, besties, unlike most of the pets on this list, this pet was only available for being at the right place at the right time. But you guys, I have been going back and forth between knocking this down and bringing it back up a few times, as it is commonly obtained through most players. But besties, this pet does possess 2 rare abilities, and that's ultimately what brought it further up on this list. Its first ability is able to turn plants every 15 minutes into the burnt mutation and occasionally the rare cooked mutation. However, the reason it is lower on the ranking is that its ability only has a 15% success rate. I will say their other ability does make up for the fact that it is not as low on this list as it should be. It also gives pets an additional 0.17 XP boost, helping towards that DNA mutations, and has a little bit more of a percentage than some of the other ones on this list, and ultimately landed in our 11th place. In 10th place, besties, we have the T-Rex. The T-Rex was released most recently on July 5th, 2025, during the prehistoric event. This pet was obtainable through a dinosaur egg at a 0.5% chance. It is a divine tier pet and is similarly to the Fennec Fox unobtainable. However, besties, what makes it so much higher on the list than the Fennec Fox is its stronger abilities with a higher success rate. That's right, besties, the T-Rex every 20 minutes is able to eat a random mutation from another player's crops and apply it to 2 crops at random in your garden. This not only helps with higher resale rates, but helps with event-specific mutations like the tranquil one that's going on right now. This makes the T-Rex higher on our list and has potential to even go up in the future depending on how you calculate rarity. In 9th place, besties, we have the Dragonfly. The Dragonfly was released on May 3rd, 2025 during the first animal update ever in the game. And for a moment, it was honestly considered one of the rarest pets in the game. It is a divine tiered pet and is still currently obtainable through the exotic and bug egg at a 1% chance. This unfortunately doesn't help its case, as lately I've noticed the bug egg has been spawning more rapidly than most of the other eggs in the shops. However, besties, the Dragonfly does hold a very strong power in this game. It applies the golden mutation to your crops every 5 minutes. Honestly makes the resale rate for a lot of crops 2 to 3 times more expensive than most other mutations in the game. However, with other pets having the ability to steal this mutation, it does unfortunately lower its ranking in this tier. In terms of resale rate, this would honestly rank higher, maybe even in the top 3 for me, but factoring accessibility, demand rates, and how often people trade them away, this does lower the Dragonfly into our 9th place on this ranking. Alrighty, besties, in 8th place we have the Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus was released on July 12th, 2025 during the prehistoric event and is our most recent pet on this list to be released prior to this current event going on. This pet was obtainable through a multitude of ways, from the divine and primal eggs to crafting to even the DNA machine. And although it comes at a 0.5% chance of being obtained, the amount of ways to obtain this pet definitely lowered it in this ranking for me. However, besties, its ability is what stops it from even being all the way in the bottom of this list. Because, besties, every 20 minutes, the Spinosaurus basically copies a random mutation in your garden from 3 of your fruits and spreads the mutation to other fruits in your garden. It even prioritizes your favorited fruits, so it's an automatic win when it comes to events like the corrupted and tranquil one going on. In turn, besties, this makes the Spinosaurus number 8 on our ranking list. Moving on down the list, besties, in 7th place we have the Mimic Octopus. The Mimic Octopus was released on June 21st, 2025 during the Summer Harvest event. This pet is a mythical tiered pet and is still obtainable through a paradise egg at a 1% chance. This is a commonly sought after pet because of its abilities and demand rates. The Mimic Octopus's main priority is to mimic and copy an ability from any other pet in your garden, and it's able to perform those abilities at a little bit of a higher success rate. This is extremely useful as it can help steal seeds, take XP boosts and apply it to other ones of your pets, and basically take most of the abilities the majority of other pets do on here and perform it better. The only reason this pet isn't considered a little bit higher, and honestly I did teeter back and forth between this, is unfortunately that it is still obtainable in the game today. And honestly, from the looks of it, it doesn't really look like that egg is going to be discontinued anytime soon. So unfortunately that does lower its tier in this ranking, because at one point I did have it up in the top 3, but with such low demand and the commonly obtainable ability, it does unfortunately make it in our 7th place. Alrighty, besties, in 6th place we have the Panda. Now, besties, the Panda was released at a limited time in May 2025. This was only obtainable during the first hour of the first ever pet update in Grow a Garden. In theory, besties, this pet is technically the rarest one to obtain, as many players weren't even active during the time of this update. I will say, for it being the first rare pet and the limited amount of them in the game does hold a higher weight to this pet, but alas, its abilities is unfortunately what drops it significantly in this ranking. The abilities of the panda is to ultimately eat bamboo off your garden every 3 minutes and sell it at a 1.5 value boost. But unfortunately, even with the rarest of mutations in the game, the bamboo crop has a very significantly low resale rate. Ultimately, the panda had the goods to be the rarest of the rarest pet in Grow a Garden, but due to significant pets being added with a higher demand and abilities, it has unfortunately knocked its way down just shy of our top 5 pets. Now, besties, we're about to announce the top 5 rarest pets in Grow a Garden. If you made it this far into the video, make sure you guys smash that like button and subscribe to be part of the Zesty Bestie Squad. Alrighty, besties, let's get back into the game and announce our top 5 rarest pets in Grow a Garden. In 5th place, besties, we have the Corrupt Kitsune. Not the regular variant, but the corrupt version. The Corrupt Kitsune was just recently released on July 25th, 2025, and is one of the only 2 pets to be a prismatic tier pet. It is obtainable through the Kitsune and exotic Kitsune chests and the rainbow sack. It has a 1% chance through chests and a 7% chance through the rainbow sack. This does bring a very valid question: why is the regular Kitsune ranked higher than the corrupted one? And to this question, besties, the answer is simple. Although it has a strong ability to launch cursed energy at 9 crops and give them a 20% chance to mutate with the corrupt chakras, it has so many ways to be obtainable compared to the other Kitsune that it unfortunately lowers the rarity on this list. If it weren't for there being 2 to 3 possible ways to obtain this pet would ultimately be ranked higher than the regular Kitsune. In 4th place, besties, I know I can already hear the comments right now. It's going to be the Disco Bee. The Disco Bee was released on June 7th, 2025 during the Friendship Update. This pet is a divine tier pet and is obtainable through the anti and premium anti-bee egg at a 0.25% chance. This pet is honestly one of the most sought after pets because of its abilities and mutation. Every 15 minutes, the Disco Bee applies a disco mutation to a random fruit in your garden. However, besties, does unfortunately have a 16% chance success rate, but just shy of our top 3 because it is still currently obtainable. And unfortunately, besties, we have to factor in all of our factors into this, and that is currently what brings our Disco Bee at 4th place. Alrighty, besties, it is time for our top 3 rarest pets in Grow a Garden, you guys. In 3rd place, we have the Chicken Zombie, also commonly known as the Chicken Jockey. The Chicken Zombie was released on May 17th, 2025, following the release of the Minecraft movie. This pet is a mythical tier pet and only obtainable when players join the game before the 1.06 update, meaning not too many of these pets are in existence, as most players join later during the Lunar and Bee updates. Not only is this pet rare because of its limited release, but their abilities is what skyrocketed it to the top 3. What's so special about the Chicken Jockey is that it has 2 abilities. One of its abilities is that every 25 minutes, it has a 20% chance of mutating fruits into the zombified mutation. This mutation is not only rare, but has an extremely high resale rate. But besties, that's not all, because for the second ability, it is able to increase egg hatch speed by 10%. In terms of abilities, besties, this is probably one of the most rare ones that I've seen on this list, which ultimately makes the Chicken Zombie in our top 3, giving it our bronze medal. Moving on, besties, in 2nd place, this should come as no shocker to anyone, it's going to be the Kitsune. The Kitsune was released on July 19th, 2025, and is still obtainable through a very low chance of 0.08. This chance was so low that even Jandal, the owner of Grow a Garden, had to make a statement stating that he will never, ever make an egg rate this low again. Its abilities are actually quite similar to the Corrupt Kitsune, but instead of every 20 minutes like the Corrupt Kitsune, the regular Kitsune every 22 minutes goes to another player's fruit, mutates it with chakras, and steals/duplicates it, and then gives it back to you. There's also a very rare chance for it to mutate with the Foxfire chakras instead, giving it that extra power boost that it needs. This makes our Kitsune our silver medal winner for the rarest pet in Grow a Garden. Alrighty, besties, it's time! The moment you all have been waiting for, the rarest pet in Grow a Garden. Before I announce what it is, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think the answer is going to be. In first place, besties, we have none other than the raccoon. If you besties couldn't tell based on my outfit and my pet raccoon, the raccoon is my favorite pet in Grow a Garden. The raccoon was released on May 10th, 2025 during the Lunar Glow event, which is actually, fun fact, my first ever event on Grow a Garden. It was only available through a night egg at a 0.1% chance and through a purchase of an exotic egg, which is only available through Roblox at a 1% chance. This pet not only possesses the rarest ability out of all the pets here, but also is the most high in demand pet ever on Grow a Garden. No matter what server you guys join, if you have a raccoon, players will constantly ask you, what for your raccoon? Are you training your raccoon? I need the raccoon. And honestly, besties, it makes sense. There's absolutely a reason why this pet is the rarest in the game. It's honestly so bad that they even had to nerf the pet raccoon to ensure it doesn't steal too often. Every 15 minutes, the raccoon steals a random crop from other players' gardens. And let me just say, besties, that is just an extremely powerful thing to have. As someone who currently owns a raccoon, I've seen it come back with some of the most insanely rare crops ever. Overall, the rarest pet in Grow a Garden does go to the raccoon. Alrighty, besties, so that's it for my top rarest pets in Grow a Garden list. What do you besties think about this list? Do you agree or do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to smash that like button for more Grow a Garden content. Subscribe to be part of the Zesty Bestie Squad. Join our Roblox group and Discord linked at the top of my description. And turn on post notifications to be notified whenever I post or I go live. I'll see you besties in my next video. Bye, guys!